There's always a needle in the haystack, and we're going to find it. Conversations, arrow.net, ARROE.net. We are unplugged and totally uncut with Leah Messer.
Hello, Arrow. How are you?
Good morning, Leah. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Absolutely fantastic. And I want to offer congratulations right off the bat. The 11th season of Teen Mom 2. I mean, 11 seasons. That means that you are really deeply embedded into a lot of lives on this side of the flat screen.
Yes, it does. And I am so excited for everyone to see the new season of Teen Mom 2.
Well, they've been with you the entire way. I mean, we've seen you go through so many personal choices and decisions. And the thing about it is, though, Leah, you are strong. I mean, you just keep pushing forward.
I don't think that I could push forward without the support of all the viewers that have watched my journey over the 11 seasons. Just the feedback that I get has always been inspiring and supportive, and I'm forever grateful for all of my fans that have watched throughout the years.
You know, there's going to come a time when your babies are going to be young teenagers and then adults and things like that, and we're going to have spin-off shows. It's going to be like Leah and her kids from Teen Mom.
Yes, they would love that. They would love that. Aleeah's breaking out all the fashion, wardrobe. Like, this kid's style is unmatched. Addie's bringing out all the comical stuff. And Allie has been, she is something else. She has been doing horseback riding shows, and Allie's actually funny too. Her and Addie's personality they're a lot alike.
Speaking of Allie, is there a website that can help raise money for research for muscular dystrophy and stuff like that? Because you, in reality, you are making a connection with people who, because we don't have Jerry Lewis every year, you could be that voice.
Yes. So I recently partnered with a nonprofit organization, and you can actually go to my social media. It's just Leah Messer on Instagram, and I have a link attached to my bio to where you can donate to that. Allie's type of muscular dystrophy is very rare. It's titan myopathy. So that a lot of the research goes into muscular dystrophy, but hers is, we definitely have to raise money and funds for that. So that's what we continue to do, and exactly why I partnered with Cure Rare Disease.
One of the things I've always found very inspiring about Teen Mom 2 is the fact that, you know, everybody who's on the show and basically has sacrificed their personal growth in life, because we're living vicariously through you. The relationships, the lawsuits, the recoveries, and things like that. How do you get so transparent in a world that I think is pulling inward now, but we need people like you to give us that strength to keep, being seen?
I think it's just remaining true to yourself, being authentic. I think for some time it was very hard for me to see that. Very hard for me not to. I think just being on TV in general is very hard to not worry about what other people think. But once you get into that place where it's like, I'm going to be who I am meant to be, and I'm going to use my voice, I'm going to speak up. And I think that has allowed me to go places I never would have imagined myself going. And I think it will for so many other women. Speaking
of using that voice, one of the things that's happened in the past 24 months with COVID-19 is the addiction. I mean, people are, there are young adults and middle-aged adults that are addicted. When did you face the beast of substance, and how were you able to move through that? Because not everybody's going to be going into an AA group. Not everybody's going to be saying, okay, I've got a problem. Mm-hmm. But they are listening, and they need to hear from somebody who has faced this mountain.
Mm-hmm. I think it was so hard for me to accept that I was struggling with addiction, because my mind, it was almost like, I feel like I'm normal. Like, I feel like I'm fine. I'm going through this. I'm being a mom. I'm being, who I'm supposed to be. But in all reality, I wasn't. So I think just having a support system is so vital, and being able to take constructive criticism, hopefully I'm saying that correctly, but being able to when someone mention something to you, acknowledging that and listening, but also just asking for that support, asking for that help, and not being ashamed. I think another thing is, for so long, there has been a negative stigma against anyone that's an addict or anyone that's struggling with trauma, mental health, addiction. And it's kind of just like why? Like, if we need the support, we should be able to go and get it freely with support from everyone. And I think reaching out to that support system and opening up, allowing yourself to do that is is okay.
I just did a show.
Knowing that it's okay.
I just did a show on iHeartRadio that was based on something that was spoken and lived in 1961, and it was, stop trying to improve yourself and accept your flaws. And it's like, wow, accepting your flaws. That's a difficult little chore there.
Yes. Knowing I truly, we are all imperfect people, and it is perfectly okay to not be. In my book, I even tell my children this: if perfection doesn't exist, if perfection does not exist, we are all imperfect. We all have flaws, and it's okay to accept them. So you're absolutely, I stand by that. I teach my kids that. I think when you do accept your flaws, you grow and you blossom from them, and that's perfect. That's okay. That's okay.
In the blink of an eye, I became a grandparent. What about, in the blink of an eye, you're going to become a grandparent. I mean, it's going to happen too quickly. I mean, is it going to be teen grandma? Or, I mean, are you planning that far ahead? Because you've got a brilliant mind, and you know what this is all about.
Listen, I hope my children get to pursue their passion and what they love doing before I'm even a grandparent. And then I think we have those open conversations, which I think is so important. So important for you to have that open dialogue with your children. So I do, and right now we're talking about college. Yeah, they have crushes. I have preteens, so it's all right. But at the end of the day, it's Aleeah wants to be a marine biologist. Allie wants to continue writing and art, and Adalynn, sometimes I don't know about that. She really might be a comedian one day. But I think just having that open dialogue with them. I'm not going to be a grandparent before that.
Thank you. One of the things that you were able to do that I couldn't do was that for your relationship with Jaylan, 8 hours away. That's a tough cookie to bite into. I couldn't do that. At the age of 17, I got married, and we did it illegally in the state of Wyoming. But how are you keeping strong 8 hours away?
It was very difficult, and you'll have to continue to tune into this new season 11 of Teen Mom 2 to see how we overcome the challenges of maintaining a long-distance relationship, and then eventually, possibly, I'm not dropping too many hints, but moving closer together. That might happen in this upcoming season, and you'll get to see that. I think for me, it was. I was open to a long-distance relationship at the beginning, and as time progressed, it was okay, I don't want you to have to drive 8 hours. I have 3 kids. This is difficult for both of us, and even if it didn't work out, which it definitely worked out for both of us, I was okay with that, and I think I was okay with being alone if that's what happened, but it's not what happened, and we continue thriving today. I love him.
I know they call it a reality show, but it's also a teaching show, and I can't thank you enough, Leah, for opening up your life to help teach people through that flat screen. Mm-hmm.
I will never stop. I will never stop sharing and showing up as authentic as I can, and using this platform to make a difference for so many people, men, women, young girls. That's what it's all about, and that's what I'll continue to do. So thank you so much.
Absolutely. Please,
it's my pleasure.
Please come back to the show anytime in the future. The door is always going to be open for you, Leah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
You bet. You be brilliant today.
Thank you. You too.